So what does Sasha think of the Justice Gang at this point, in your opinion?
She would like to join. Because the thing is that I flew to Atlanta to do something that I don't think I can say.
There's also a really interesting love story with Sasha in comics with Mr. Terrific.
He was one of my favorite characters in Superman. So it was obviously bittersweet because it meant I didn't get it, but I was so happy she got it.
Do you have a favorite wrestler so far?
You know who I like? I know.
Is it Jey Uso?
No.
CM Punk?
He's cute.
The Morning After Pod, Phase Heroes Peacemaker Podcast, Episode 2 starts right now. BD here, and I'm joined today by Sol Rodriguez.
Hi.
Sol, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. This is awesome. Sasha Bordeaux in the building.
I know.
I think it's pretty cool. I was looking at your resume, and it's you've got the rite of passage for every actor, which I think is NCIS on your resume.
God, yes.
But Star Trek, Party of
Yes.
Five recently, a lot of these cool
Yes.
titles. But Peacemaker kind of just feels like it has to feel different for you.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like I worked 16 years for this role.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I started in 2009 in Spanish, and I worked in Miami in soap operas for 6 years. And then I moved to LA 10 years ago. And I feel like this is a role that I always dreamed of, but I never thought it was going to happen. It's just like such a big dream that you never imagine is going to come true. But I'm so happy to be part of the family, of the DC family.
I love it. Welcome to the DC Universe Circus here. Sasha Bordeaux, ¿puede hablar español?
Sí, claro. Bueno, sí. Sasha Bordeaux, is she French?
The Bordeaux name sounds
Right.
French.
So I guess she speaks Spanish,
She may.
maybe French.
Yeah.
Whatever she wants.
Well, as a gift for you coming on the podcast today, I wanted to kick off with this. I brought you something.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I think this is pretty cool. So I wanted to
What
open
is
with
it?
this. So I don't know if you've ever been a pop figure, but the pop yourself, I stopped by and I made you and your dog into
No way.
a pop.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
My dog.
What? It's Buñuela?
Buñuelo.
Buñuelo, that's right.
You know that there are photos on set of the official photographer of James directing an episode with Buñuelo on his arms. I pray one day they get released. But this is so adorable. Thank you so
I saw that on
much.
the options and I was like, gotta include the pup. International
you.
Dog Day was this week.
It was?
It was.
I didn't know that. Well, she's
It's
in
okay.
Miami with my parents.
Oh, okay. Next time
Yeah.
you'll go celebrate lots of treats.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Thank you for this. I really
Of course. Thank you for
appreciate
being
it.
here.
Oh.
All right. So from this point forward, everybody, spoilers for Peacemaker up until the end of episode 2 are fair game. We're not going to talk about anything from the upcoming episodes that aren't released yet. But right now we're diving into Peacemaker discussions, and that means episode 2 and anything in the DC universe before that, Superman, Creature Commandos, the Suicide Squad, anything. It's fair game. You've been warned. I'm told you're Sasha Bordeaux, but you auditioned for the engineer with Superman?
I did. That's how James met me. And that's how I met James.
It's such a cool story to have that be, and it went to your friends with
And then-
Maria.
It went to my friend, which I worked 14 years ago in Miami in a Nickelodeon show together.
That's so cool.
I know. I went to her. Like, I couldn't be happier. We were in the room. We were going to go into test with James. And we were both like, there were other girls, God bless them. But we were both like, it has to go to either of us. If it goes to you, I'm so happy. And she goes, if it goes to you, I'm so happy. So we were just like praying in the room. And then I went first, had my reading with James, came out. She was next. And then she was very sweet because she picked me up at the airport weeks later, I think months later or weeks later. And we were in the car and we're talking. And then we get to my house and she's like, I have something to tell you. And I was like, what is it? And she's like, I got the engineer. And I was like, so it was obviously bittersweet
Right.
because it meant I didn't get it. But I was so happy she got it. She deserves it so much.
I love that. I mean, it's we were just talking before this started, and I will never miss an opportunity to talk about wrestling because I love wrestling. But it's the same thing in the wrestling. Like anybody who doesn't admit that, like, oh, I'm not winning this title, I'm not getting this role. Like if you don't admit that you kind of feel like, I wish it was me for a second, but then simultaneously feel like joy and a thrill for your friend who got it.
Yes.
That's beautiful. And then, it all works out in the end. You get the call back from James. How much later was that to
my
come back
God.
and do Sasha
It
Bordeaux?
was like 6 months later.
So were you convinced, like, I'm not in there?
Absolutely.
So-
I was convinced that it was just a one-time thing I did with James. He met me. I wasn't good enough. He didn't like me. And that was my one opportunity. I really, I went through that phase. I cried a lot. And I just, it was a dream that I let die. And then I moved on. And when I moved on, it was like maybe 6 months later that I got the call to audition for Peacemaker. And then I sent in the tape. And then, they like you, so a callback. I was like, oh, great, but they're going to fly you to Atlanta for the callback. And I was like, oh, wow, okay, cool. And then weeks later, nothing, and then the offer. So he just, they booked me from that one tape after seeing me for Superman, yeah.
And how quickly after booking were you filming?
Well,
is it a quick turnaround, or is it like you have time to like get nervous? Oh my God. Because the thing is that I flew to Atlanta to do something that I don't think I can say. Oh, okay.
But that was before we started filming. I'm just so scared of saying the wrong thing.
No.
and
This is
James
only up till episode 2 of
killing me.
Peacemaker. If it's a future, we don't want to ruin anything.
So I flew to film something real quick that is in the show. It's not non-related. It is
Right.
related to the show. They just needed to do something real quick before starting. So I flew right away. So I was there and I didn't have time to anything. And then I went back to LA, and then I had some time before I went back to Atlanta to do start from 1 to 8.
Sure. So spoiler alert, you are in the show past episode 2. You are.
Yes.
You will be back again. Okay.
Yes.
I think that your first scene was the scene with Rick Flag in his office where you walk in, he's watching the news, and you reference the Metropolis incident, the Luther, all of that.
Yes.
Was that the first thing? So that wasn't the first thing you filmed, though.
No.
Did you know when you filmed that scene with Rick Flag that would be the world's introduction to your iteration of Sasha Bordeaux?
No. I also didn't know what I was talking about. What do you mean Metropolis? What do you mean incident? Superman wasn't out. I had no idea what I was talking about. And then when I watched Superman, I was like literally watching, oh, this is what I did months ago. Everything fell into place. But no, the first thing that's the thing. I can't.
Well, no, that's fine. We'll talk again in a few weeks. Then, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
But no, I didn't know it was going to be my introduction. To answer your question, when I did that scene that I walked into no, I didn't know.
Do you think you would have felt a different pressure in performing that sequence if you knew it was the first time the audience would see you?
Wait, because no, actually, it was on the phone. When I called Steve to go into the orgy.
Oh, that's right. That is the first scene.
one.
I'm wrong about that. No, you're totally right.
Yes.
I just actually rewatched it this morning to make sure I got this right. But you
Yeah.
called Economos to say, what does he look? Yes. That's
and
right.
then I walk into the office to tell him that there has been another alarm going off.
That's right.
Another, what is it that we call it?
The interdimensional rift alert.
Another rift
Another
alert.
rift.
Yes.
So I actually had it written down here. I was going to ask you, did you know the events of Superman, or did James keep that all to himself and just give you these lines and you just have to act like you know what you're talking about?
Yes. But I did see Superman maybe a year before he came out.
Like one of the original the early cuts?
Yeah, very, very early cut with James. He showed it to a very, very small group in Atlanta when we were still finishing filming. So it was very, very raw. It didn't have a lot of things. So I think it's my biggest flex to say that I saw it so early on.
That's a pretty big flex.
I saw it before Gabby, the engineer. I saw it before her.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But then did you go to the Superman premiere?
I did, yes.
So did you get to see everybody at the premiere and kind of reunite and celebrate?
Yeah.
I called her Maria because her name is Gabriela Maria.
Maria Gabriela.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
right. That's
yes,
right.
yes.
What was that night like for you? Was that the first time you guys got together since?
Yeah, because we saw each other when I finished filming last November. I went back to LA. I brought her a bag of goodies from Big Belly Burger.
There you go.
Because one of the...
That's a good friend right there.
Right? I got some for me from set because we were filming something on set and they had merch And I told James if I could please take some T-shirts, and he allowed me. He was kind enough. So I got one for me, and I was like, I'm bringing one for her because I know it's going to mean so much to her.
Yes.
So I brought her some stuff. But then after that, I saw her at the Superman. No, we went to an event together. And then in the Superman premiere, and she looked stunning, and I was I cried with her mom in the bathroom. It was such a wholesome moment.
I loved it. I was sat, I think, like 5 seats over from her and I was kind of peeking over to see what her experience was like, seeing herself as the engineer, because that has to be so surreal.
It has to be insane.
And she looked like she was having the time of her life.
Absolutely.
For you, when you see yourself in some of these sequences in Peacemaker, you were in New York at the premiere.
Yes.
What was it like for you to see yourself in such a big franchise, to see yourself as Sasha for the first time?
It was surreal. I had my brother with me. My parents couldn't come, but I brought him from Spain. He lives in Spain, so he came all the way to be with me. And I felt very proud of that 19-year-old that started acting so long ago, that never thought it was going to be in such an incredible project. And also because you don't get TV on big screens, right? Only movies.
Yes.
So it was an amazing chance to watch me like that big. It was great.
Watching the first episode on the big screen was amazing. And episode 8 is releasing during New York Comic Con. So you better believe I'm going to be all over the DC team saying, hey guys, can we please do a Thursday night event? And I'm putting it out here because I'm going to pitch it. Whether it's me or someone else hosting it, I don't care. Such an awesome opportunity.
Wait, explain that to me. The 8th episode?
The final episode of Peacemaker season 2.
No, when?
October 10th,
Comic-Con?
New York Comic Con is
God.
9th through the 12th.
Sorry, I'm new to this.
Okay, so San Diego's the big one. San Diego is like, that's where all the media usually goes, all the studios go. Okay. New York this year is technically the biggest in the U.S. in terms of attendance, but in terms of studio presence, it's usually a little bit smaller. You don't get as many movies, as many shows, but you get a lot of comic stuff, and you still get big TV and movie presence, but San Diego's like the mecca.
Got it.
But it just so happens that while 140,000 nerds, all of us, are in New York Comic Con, the Peacemaker season 2 finale releases that Thursday night. And I'm like, we need to do something, guys. How do we? So I'm going to pitch. I haven't sent the email yet. Oh, come on out. I'll have a studio out there. This is the first time anybody's hearing that I'm saying it. No, I just actually signed today. I'm going to have a studio in here. Come on. We'll celebrate. But I'm going to see if we can put something together.
That would be insane.
All right, but back to Peacemaker.
Yes.
In episode 1, Flag demands the files on what happened to Rick Flag Jr.
Yeah.
It seemed to me, tell me if I'm reading this scene wrong, Sasha seems like she's more about following protocol and kind of not letting personal influence get in the way in that moment. Maybe she's not all in on Rick Flag knowing what happened to his son.
Yeah, I think that's one of the moments when she realizes he has a personal agenda, and maybe she's not all in with that. She loves her job, follows protocol, and very professional. And, she admires Rick Flag because of what he's done. And she wants to serve this country and do what's best for it. But then I think those are one of the moments when she's like, okay, well, this, why? What do you mean? Because he's like, move it to level 1 or something like that. And so it means that now the whole agency is just focused on this one thing, which is Peacemaker. And I think Sasha doesn't think that's right.
And I think I've seen what comes, and I'm like, the chess these two are playing with each other is really good.
Yeah.
That had to be fun with Frank Grillo.
Oh, my God. I love my scenes with him. He's so funny, so fun. Also, James directed 1, 6, and 8, I think.
Yeah, 1, 6. He says 6 and 8 are his favorite things he's ever done ever, which... Pretty cool.
That makes me so happy.
Pretty cool.
That makes me so happy. Oh yeah, episode 8. It's a movie made an episode. It's insane.
Yeah, it's
so crazy.
Big deal. We talked a little bit at the junket about Sasha's comics ties to Batman, which I'm sure everyone's asking you about. There's also a really interesting love story with Sasha in comics with Mr. Terrific. Do you think this is a character who has the emotional capacity for something like that? My personal side, I don't see it. But you know what? I haven't read the story with Mr. Terrific. I read the one with Batman. Yeah.
I didn't find the one with Mr. Terrific.
There's some artwork of the two of them very much involved with each other. Very much.
I mean, I would love that. He was one of my favorite characters in Superman.
He stole the show.
He stole the show, right?
Yeah.
Along with Guy, I think that they're so funny.
So what does Sasha think of the Justice Gang at this point, in your opinion?
I think she would like to join.
I would like to join the Justice
I
Gang.
think, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
They're a cool bunch.
Yeah.
They're really funny. Yeah, and they get shit done, and she likes that.
I think it's obviously the Batman stuff always comes up with Sasha,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that it's very telling that this is a character who was hired to be Bruce Wayne's bodyguard in comics. That says a lot about a person. You're hired to be Bruce Wayne's bodyguard. Even though people don't know he's Batman, he's still a billionaire. So that
Right.
just speaks to the capability of this character. When you learn things like that, you talked about reading those Batman stories. What did you take from those to say, like, all right, this is what I have to realize about this character and her capabilities?
I mean, I was like, oh my God, do I need to get like in extra super insane shape?
Let's go.
So people believe that I can actually do that. But you know what? After reading the episodes and reading what James wrote, I was like, okay, this is a different version. So let me just immerse myself in the scripts and kind of go with this. I read what it was online, but I didn't let it define what I did on set. Also, it's a very different story, you know, so I'm just going with whatever James is writing. But I did get worried. I was like, oh my God, do I need to get... I mean, there's something there.
That's a bicep. Watch out.
That's a little bit.
Okay. I mean, when you're running around with John Cena, I feel like anyone's bicep looks...
Oh my God.
He's
I know.
huge.
He's very big indeed.
His arms are like bigger than my legs.
They're probably the size of my head.
Yeah, he's huge.
He's very big, but he has to, right?
Yeah, it's part of the
he's
job when
doing
you're the
all
greatest
that,
WWE
yeah.
wrestler of all time. I heard he got you into wrestling from you just before we were rolling.
Yes, I started watching wrestling on Netflix.
Yes.
And then Steve Agee explained to me the whole thing of going good to bad. He's the one that explained it to me because I had no idea. And then after that, I was like, this is interesting. This is like a soap opera. Let me follow. And then now I watch it on Mondays, right? Mondays.
Monday Night Raw on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can't say John Cena, do you have a favorite wrestler so far?
You know who I like?
Rhea Ripley.
No. I mean, yes. In girls, yes. But wait. I knew
Is it
his
Jey
name.
Uso?
No.
CM Punk?
He's cute. The
Gunther?
no.
Who's the good guys on Monday Night Raw? Cody Rhodes?
Yes.
Cody Rhodes is your guy?
Yes. I think he's really cute.
Adrenaline in my soul.
Is that his
Something,
song?
Something, Cody Rhodes. Yeah. Oh, you got to learn the whoa, too.
I have so much to learn from this universe.
There is
the
wrestling lore. Much like the DC universe, the WWE universe has lore.
I need to learn a lot of things. I need to go online and
Cody's the man. I love Cody.
he seems very sweet because I also saw him at the documentary.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. In
So I
Unreal.
kind of learned everyone's stories from that documentary.
Yeah. Cody's story.
Rhea
Cody's whole gimmick was
Ripley's
finish
as
the story.
well.
Rhea's great. She's a sweetheart.
I learned her story on the documentary. Everyone is so talented and so humble.
So if we watched the Peacemaker documentary, which is the equivalent to WWE Unreal, what do you think would be some of the fun things we'd learn behind the scenes?
Oh my God. I think Frank being extremely funny.
He's coming out in a couple weeks.
He's coming?
He's coming out.
You're
in
going to have
couple
a
weeks.
blast.
I
I
love
don't
Frank.
think people know how funny he is. And he's not even one of the comedians in the cast. We have Tim Meadows, we have Steve Agee. They're the comedians. But Frank, he has like this thing.
The
I
scene
don't
in
know if
episode 4 with you, Tim, and Steve. We won't spoil it, but we'll talk after. There's a scene with
episode 4, Tim, Steve. Wait, in the
yes,
in the
yes, that
truck?
scene.
No,
No. We'll talk after. I don't want to
Okay,
spoil it. It's really good though. It's
Okay,
really
okay.
funny.
I loved my scenes with them, with the whole gang of like the guys that I'm supposed to like
Yeah,
manage, which seems very
it's like herding
unreal.
cats.
Yes, they're yeah. It was a lot of work.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up here with a couple last questions for this episode. First of all, I just want to hear about like working with James. Everybody loves this guy. I haven't seen a director who people come off of a set and just love working with somebody as much as it seems people do with James Gunn. What is it about this guy?
He is truly one of the best people I have worked with. He's very genuine, very loving, very caring. He cares for his actors and he cares for his crew. And you don't see that. You know, you get these directors that are very like, maybe, they're upset and stressed and they just like, they don't see people. James sees everyone, and no matter if your character is very small or your role in the crew is small, he just really cares about everyone, and that's something that you see it, and then you realize that that's why everyone loves working with him. He's a genuinely good guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. The obligatory question of there are DC Universe projects post Peacemaker, like Supergirl and Lanterns, and then soon there'll be Clayface rolling cameras. Do you know your next appearance? Have you filmed anything else
All
that
of
you can
them.
say of? I was about to say, what?
I mean, all of them. I'm
Does
just kidding.
James give you a roadmap for Sasha and say, hey, you're gonna come into Peacemaker, and then maybe you don't have to say which, but does he say like, hey, Sasha's gonna debut in Peacemaker, but then we're gonna put you here and put you there, and this is where it goes, or does he give you one project at a time, or do you not want to know?
I think one project at a time.
Yeah. that
So
makes
far.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
It's better to play it safe. As much as I would love
I'm gonna play safe.
to get all the views we can here from you getting in trouble, we don't need to do that at your expense.
I don't want to.
All right, and so I'll wrap it up with this then. We are at the beginning of Sol Rodriguez and Sasha Bordeaux's journey in the DC universe.
Yes.
Hopefully this is something that's, many years down the line, we're talking
hope
about
so.
it still. Hopes and dreams, what do you really want to see, both for yourself and for your character as being a part of this franchise?
I would love to be able to be in this family for a while.
Yeah.
You get shows, they're so hard to book. It's so hard to book a job, and then you do it for a couple of months and then you're done. And then how the industry is right now, how Hollywood is doing is not great. A lot of shows get canceled, they don't get renewed, this and that. I just truly hope that we get 10 seasons of Peacemaker.
Me too. Honestly, it's my favorite thing right now. It's so good.
I really hope, and I can work in this because this is the thing. What I want for me personally is also to be in this show because it's a character that I love, it's a cast that I love, it's a director that I love, and it's a world that I love, which is DC and HBO. It's been so amazing so far, and we all get jobs that we just do because we have to pay rent and because we haven't worked in a while, and we just take the job. This is not it. This is a job I want to do for the longest I can, and a family I want to be part of for the longest. So I hope so. And then I love my character. I love Sasha, and I want to keep exploring her and developing her. So I really hope I can do her. Is that how you say? I can
Do her justice.
Do her justice and
Do her
play
justice,
her
gang.
and play her for a while.
I hope so too. I mean, so far it's been so much fun to watch your journey.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate your honesty and how
Thank
candid
you
you
so
are at that.
much.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
All right, y'all. Well, we have some awesome guests coming up on the podcast. Robert Patrick, Frank
I
Grillo,
love him. I
Jennifer
love him.
Holland. So
I
stay
love
tuned.
her.
Make sure you're subscribed. But Sol, thank you so much for joining us for episode 2. This was amazing.
Thank you for having me.
All right, y'all. See you next week, everybody.